You know what time it is, we're back on that. So the next scene that we have following Shinji is Rin bumping into Taiga in the hallway. Big Taiga, big Fujimura in the cut. And one thing that Taiga points out specifically about Rin is that she's very well mannered. And Rin doesn't even know what she means. She's like, what do you mean by that? I haven't even done anything. And the reason is because she called Taiga Fujimura sensei. Well, you know, when people first get to the school, it's Fujimura sensei this, Fujimura sensei that. But once they get older, they just stop caring. They start calling you Taiga like you know me. You don't know me. And she says, please, Rin, never change. Okay. She has to applaud Rin that she stayed the same even though she's gotten older, because she didn't have to. And she's got a point. I won't say that in high school I was running around calling my teachers by their first names, but I will say that once you get higher up in grade and you get older, you do get comfortable because most of the heavy lifting is already done. So at that point, it becomes more about you just showing face. Unless you had AP and honors. I turned down AP because fuck that. I'm too lazy. But other than that, that is true. She is right. And then Rin mentions that she's not her homeroom teacher, but she does teach English. Yo, imagine learning English with Taiga. It's gotta be a sight to see, because at times Taiga be acting like she got ADHD because she's so animated and full of life. So it's like you're literally just trying to learn English and she's just bouncing all over the walls. Now I love Taiga, man. We came a long way from the Einsburn consultation room, let me tell you. I'm gonna be honest, going back to the last video, if anybody is deserving of that best character role, Taiga has got to be one of them, let's be honest. And as Rin is walking away, she also brings up the fact how she has a black belt in kendo. So don't be fooled by the happy-go-lucky attitude. She will manhandle you. If Jaguar Man wasn't already convincing enough, they used to call her Tiger back in the day as a play on her name. So it's almost 7:30, class is about to start, and then she runs into the student council president, Issei. What are you doing here so early, Rin? It's not like you're part of any clubs. And he's being real cautious with Rin. For some reason, I feel like this dude is my natural enemy. Might be because I said temples suck when we were planning for that field trip. You know, Issei Ryudo, his family is over Ryudo Temple. So Rin saying that is like a clear shot to the gut. And he asked Rin, has she been staying late after school? Apparently everybody is stalking Rin now. You know, as student council president, I know about everybody. Right. So if you know, then why did you ask? Forehead. Listen, I'm just an outsider. There's no reason to pay that much attention to me. Outsider? Aren't you the same person that swindled our finance guy? Well, I just did that because Ayako told me to. You know, for the clubs. He hasn't come to school for a week talking about my psyche is damaged, I can't come. Look, I don't know what you told him, but I'm on to you, Rin. You keep those evil tricks over there. And at that point, the man of the hour, Shiro, shows up. Alright, Issei, I fixed it. My bad, EMIYA, I got you out here doing all the work. We out to the AV room, I saw something in there that looks pretty bad too. And then after seeing Tozuka, he turns around and says, oh, you're up early, Rin. And then he just walks off. What type of greeting was that? So Rin goes to her homeroom. There's nobody really in there, so she's kind of just chilling and doing math problems until later on. Lunchtime rolls around and she says that the cafeteria food sucks, so most of the girls end up just staying in the classroom. Man, cafeteria food. You gotta love it. Cafeteria food is either really good or really bad and literally nothing in between. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it'll put you in the dough. Sometimes it'll put you in the dough. Sometimes it'll put you on the flow. It really just depends on what they got that day. And then we are introduced to the infamous track girl trio, Yukika, Kane, and Kaede. Yuki being the one that asked Rin does she want to have lunch with them. And then of course Rin tells her my scheduling has been off today. I don't have anything with me. I gotta hit the cafeteria, but thanks anyway, get back with me tomorrow. And then Kane just comes out and says it, well, why don't we just go eat with her? And Kaede immediately, we can't do that. We can't? We can't. Every time we hang out with Rin, all the guys are staring. It's irritating. So you're jealous. Did I say I was jealous? Did the words I'm jealous come out my mouth? Wait, I think she heard me. So with their back and forth, Rin just leaves them to it. And funny enough, she ends up not going to the cafeteria anyway. She didn't feel like it. So she grabs some food on her own and she goes up to the rooftop and eats by herself. For the meal of the day, she grabbed a tomato sandwich and a hot lemon drink. A tomato sandwich. Holy carbs. Where's the meat? A wise man once said, never let the beef get cold, where's the meat? But I guess she's got to keep this body somehow, right? And once she's finished, she goes into how she can't be out here dishonoring the Tosaka name. So if she's gonna be a student, she's got to be the perfect student. And that means flawless in everything. She says that she's the best honor student in the school. She says that it is hard to do it without a social life, but she doesn't want to become too attached because she knows as a magus, you know, you get too involved with somebody and they find out too much, then you got to get rid of them. And she doesn't want to have to do that. So she tries to keep her interactions at a minimum. She only hangs out with Kaede on the weekends, most of which is just them window shopping. And even then, she tries to keep herself out the way most of the time. We go back down to her homeroom. Fast forward and school is about to be over. And we finally meet her teacher, Mr. Bust Your Jaw In, Kazuki. Him being stoic as usual, he just dismisses the class. Then Ayako pops up again. What? You're leaving already? Well, you know, I had a run-in with Shinji this morning, and all of a sudden, I really don't feel like staying today. Good luck. So we switch over to a scene where she's at the crib, and she's just staring at her phone in disgust because she has a new message. Ugh, Kirei. Oh, don't you just love hearing his name? Like, mwah, it's just so magnificent. That's how you know he's a good antagonist. He can piss people off without even being in the room. See? I told you, the GOAT. Basically, he was on there saying, look man, the war's about to start, so hurry up and bring out your servant. You're wasting my time. So later on that night, she grabs the Tosaka pendant, the catalyst that she's gonna use to summon her servant. She crafts the summoning circle. She mentions that it's gonna be at 2 in the morning because that's the time when her magical energy is at its best. She does the complimentary chant, and then she tries to summon her servant. And what she finds is nothing. Nothing happens until she hears a crash come down in the other room. So she runs up to the living room from her basement, and there you have it, the red man, the summoning of EMIYA. And then Rin remembers that the pendant was fluctuating the time. So instead of summoning at 2 like she was supposed to, she actually did her summoning at 1 and didn't realize it. Who the hell are you? Now, is that really any way to greet your servant? You really are a terrible master all around. Oh, he's got jokes. Look at my house. So you're supposed to be my servant? I don't know. Am I? Everything that comes out of his mouth just infuriates me. And then he tells her, fine, you can run the show formally and all, but when it comes to the actual fighting, you can just leave that to me. You can go hide somewhere in the basement, like your father. And by the way, you can keep those command spells to yourself. Those aren't gonna work on me. And she immediately uses her command spell, forcing him to obey all of her orders. Absolutely. Are you insane? Why would you actually use a spell for that? I was joking. And eventually she has to wonder who it is. So who exactly are you? Are you Saber? I mean, I have 2 swords if that counts. Oh my goodness, I should have known. The clock being off, the summoning being a fluke. This dude is a sham. Hey, you do realize I'm still back here, right? Why does this always happen to me? Archers are not that bad. Okay, Archer. What Archer are you? I don't remember. What? Oh no, I can't do this. You know what? Don't even worry about it. And then she throws him a broom and a dustpan. And what am I supposed to do with this? Do I look like a maid? I am a warrior. You are a familiar. And don't forget to take that trash out too.